Chapter 7. Writ of Passage. The gates of Lord Silvenhugel's estate towered before me, their gilded filigree shimmering faintly against the ash-choked sky. 2 guards flanked the entrance, their armor a blend of black and gold, polished so meticulously that the dull reflection of the slums behind me twisted and distorted on their breastplates. Their hands rested on the hilts of their swords as I approached, and their eyes fixed on me like hawks sighting prey. "State your business," one barked, his voice clipped and cold. He had a typical human face, stocky and pale, mutton chops and a mustache. I stopped a few paces from the gate, gripping the cart handle tightly to steady myself. My shoulders ached from the weight of the crate, but I forced myself to stand straighter. "Delivery," I said, jerking my chin toward the cart. The second guard stepped forward, his piggish eyes sweeping over me, lingering on the ash-streaked coat and the limp in my stride. "Delivery for who?" "For Lord Godric Silvenhugel, from someone high up, the Veiled Council. Heard of them?" Mutton Chop's expression tightened. "You're saying this is council business?" "I'm saying you should know better than to turn away their envoy," I replied flatly, "and even better than to annoy them." The guards exchanged a glance, their unease evident in the subtle shifts of their stances. Still, they didn't move to open the gates. "Let's see your writ," Mutton Chops demanded, his hand tightening on the hilt of his sword. Wordlessly, I reached into my coat and pulled out the folded parchment. The writ of passage bore the council's unmistakable insignia, an eye encircled by jagged waves of shadow, and the juror's signature, sharp and elegant. I handed it over, keeping my expression neutral as the guard unfolded it. Mutton Chop studied it carefully, his eyes narrowing. "This looks legitimate," he muttered, handing it to Pig Eyes. Pig Eyes scanned it as well, his lips pressing into a thin line. "You're cleared to pass," he said. "But first, what's in the crate?" "A gift from Lady Azura. Her thanks for Lord Silvenhugel's continued support in this region." "And what support does Lord Silvenhugel give to that elven witch exactly?" "That's between mightier folk than you and me, Viteji," I said. Mutton Chop stepped closer to the cart, his eyes narrowing. "We're opening the crate," he said firmly. "We can't let you in without checking what's inside." My pulse quickened, but I forced a shrug. "Be my guest." They moved to the crate, Mutton Chops unlatching it while the second lifted the lid. The wood creaked as it opened, revealing the false bottom where Glotha's people had arranged their shallow pile of coins. The faint light caught the gold's gleam, blinding them momentarily to anything beneath. The guards leaned in, their gazes fixed on the apparent wealth inside. I kept my breathing steady, fighting the urge to shift my weight. If they reached in, felt how shallow the pile was, or noticed the hidden seam at the edge of the false bottom, it would all be over. Mutton Chops let out a low whistle. "That's a lot of coin," he muttered, straightening. "Looks like the council values Lord Silvenhugel," said Pig Eyes, his eyes fixed on the coins. "More than they value us," Mutton Chops quipped dryly. He slammed the lid shut, the sound echoing against the mansion's high walls. "But surely, once this is in the hands of Lord Silvenhugel, some of it is bound to trickle down to his soldiers." "Proceed," said Pig Eyes, handing me my writ of passage. "Don't mind if I do," I replied, forcing a thin smirk as I grabbed the cart's handle and started forward. My limp was more pronounced now, the cobblestones jostling the crate with every uneven step. As the gate swung shut behind me, I let out a breath that I hadn't realized I'd been holding. My pulse still pounded in my ears. But for now, I was through. One step closer to the end of this shit.